Hey, I'm Lindsay Lyman. I worked almost 12 years at Amazon and saw so many brilliant and successful overachievers burn themselves out and leave their jobs because they're so stressed and anxious. But guess what? Having a successful career does not have to be at the expense of your mental sanity and personal time. There's an easier way, and I can show you how. Let's do this. Hey y'all, how you doing? Okay, this is just my little reminder. If you're not having fun, please prioritize, carve out some time, and go have some fun. I personally have had a rough 5 or 6 months, and I realized I wasn't having fun. I wasn't doing fun things, and I was just dragging myself through, and I was fine. I'm okay. I mean, all things considered going on in the world, I'm very fine. But it's just been a rough couple months, and I was like, you know what? I need some fun. And one of the things I love to do are felt flowers, and I know that, and yet I hadn't walked in my craft room in 6+ months. So I decided I was going to start carving out time to have some fun again. And you guys, I am having so much fun. And what's crazy to me is I kept telling myself I didn't have time to do this because I have all these other responsibilities. But what I found is I'm actually better at my other responsibilities because I'm coming to it rested. I'm coming to it with fresh energy. I'm coming to it in a clear headspace where I haven't just been like obsessing and thinking about it all the time. I've given myself a little bit of a break. So I love to make felt flowers. In fact, I've started doing felt flower tutorials. So if you want to come craft along with me or know someone that does, let's be friends. Come find me on Instagram. I am Felt Flower Academy, and you'll be able to find me. It's just so much fun, and I'm loving it. So please do yourself a favor and carve out time to have fun. You don't have time not to. It's so much better. Life is still hard. I'm still in the thick of some of these hard, heavy things. But you know what? I'm having a lot more fun along the way, and it makes it a little bit easier. All right, today I want to talk about the order of operations you should be following if you're trying to reach a goal. Most of us, when we have a goal, we get excited, we come up with a plan, we start taking some action, we get some momentum, and then we kind of hit a roadblock and we figure some things out and we plow through. But after enough time, once we've hit enough roadblocks and enough challenges, it gets really hard. And we start to spend a lot of our emotional time and energy trying to figure out what's wrong with us, how can we get better. We start looking to other people for advice on how to get better. And sometimes we get really mad and frustrated and we blame ourselves, or we get resentful at things outside of our control. And oftentimes we kind of give up on that goal or tend to just get really bitter and drag ourselves there. And so even if we do hit the goal, it's not very rewarding. So these order of operations, hopefully, are going to help you stay out of that very common trap that you'll get into if you are not managing your mind. Order of operations. The very first thing you want to do if you're trying to hit a goal is do more, and then more on top of that. And then you got to go do some more even still. I see this in so many applications. A lot of us are willing to work hard, and I'm not saying do crazy extenuating things and get obsessed and not have healthy balance, but you got to go out and you got to work. You got to do more of whatever it is you know you should be doing to reach your goal, like way more than what you're doing. We tend to be willing to do this for a little bit, but then like if we're not getting traction and it's not working, we have a tendency to quit and be like, well, that didn't work. Now what else should I do? Okay. But very first step, order of operations, if you're trying to accomplish something, you got to go and do more. I'm going to give you a couple examples of what this would play out in real life in a minute, but order of operations, step number 1, go do more. Step number 2, do it better. Okay, so now we're doing tons and tons of things that we know we should be doing to reach that goal. Now we want to start looking at how could I do it better? What would be more effective? What's working? What's not working? What would make it easier? What feels more aligned with who I really am, that's sustainable, that I'm going to be willing to do for however long I need to? Okay, so first you got to start just doing way more than what you're doing, and then start looking at doing it better. So if that's still not working, okay, so you're doing 10 times the amount of things you know you should be doing, and you're doing them better and better and better, that's when step number 3 is go do something different. Okay. A lot of us jump to step 3 after step number 1 doesn't work, after we've done a little bit more. I myself have been there. I've done it. I'm like, well, this just isn't going to work. Now what else should I try? It's okay, but that's not going to help you reach your goal. The order of operations to figuring it out and reaching your goal is do more, do it better, do something different. Let me give you a couple examples of what this would look like in real life in a work setting, okay? So if your goal is to get promoted, we got to go do more. Now, hear me out. I'm not saying we're going to go work every single night and every single weekend, but there may be a season where if you're trying to get promoted, we're going to start doing more. At Amazon, to get promoted, you got to write a document. And not only that, you got to be really good at writing documents. This is a big reason I saw people not get promoted. They didn't know how to write in the Amazon style. If that's holding you back, go write a 1-pager a week. Go write one a day. Go do more. Go do more writing. If you're not getting promoted because you're not getting feedback from people, go ask more people for feedback and ask them again and ask them again and ask them every single day. Go do more. If you're not getting promoted because you're not bringing big ideas to the table, bring an idea to the table every day. Go do more. Okay? Then we want to start look at how do we do it better. So now maybe instead of just making up an idea, we're going to get better at finding the data to back up the problem and the gap that this idea is going to solve. Go do it better. Now we're not just going to write the 1-pager with the idea. We're going to write it in a way that's compelling, backed up with data, and solves a problem we know our audience is struggling with. Go do more, then start doing it better. And then if that doesn't work, go find something different. If you're doing all those things and your company's still not going to promote you, maybe that's when you start looking for an opportunity to get into a position where they will promote you. Okay? But first, you got to go do way more than what you're doing right now. Just thinking about it and hoping and kind of dropping hints and talking to your manager about it like once every 2 months. No. When I want to get promoted, guess what's top of the agenda? Every single one-on-one with my manager, my promotion. What did I do this week that got me a step closer? What are the gaps I still need to close? If I need to get better at writing, guess what? Every night I'm writing a 1-pager because by about week 2, I get a lot better at it. Or I know this is where I really struggle and I figure out I don't need to learn all of the things in writing a document at Amazon. I just need to get better at telling the story through data, for example. Okay, go do that. Go do more, then start doing it better. And then if that doesn't work, look to see how could you do something different. In this example of trying to get promoted, you may not need to go find a new team. Maybe you need to ask better questions to people that you're trying to get feedback from. Don't say, hey, do you have any feedback for me? Say, in that meeting I just walked out of where I gave a status update on my team, do you have any feedback on how I could have articulated that better in less time? Right? Go do something different. Okay, let's look at the same concept, do more, do better, do different, with the example of you trying to find a new job. I see this a lot. I'm working with a lot of clients that are trying to find new jobs. Awesome. Guess what? You got to go do way more than what you're doing. If you're applying to a handful of jobs a week, go apply to 10 jobs a day. Go do more. Then you want to go and do it better. And now we're not just going to apply to any 10 jobs. We're going to go and try to apply to 10 jobs we might actually want, or we're partly qualified, or maybe you're going to get better at tailoring your resume to have the right keywords and to articulate your experience, or customize your cover letter in some sort of way. You're going to make it better, but you got to go do way more than what you're doing. And then if that's not working, but we're applying to a lot of jobs, we're networking with a lot of people, we're putting ourselves out there, we're asking for opportunities, we're pitching ourselves to companies, right? If you're doing all the things and you're doing a lot of it, and I mean a lot, and you're getting better and better and better at it, and that's still not working, now maybe we need to go and try something different. Maybe instead of sending your resume, You're going to send a video that answers the top 3 questions most companies ask you. Or you're going to write a program for them that solves a problem you know they have. Or you're going to put together a marketing campaign and create it and give it to them. Or you're going to create a launch and test strategy and give it to them. But you got to go do way more than what you're doing. You got to start getting better at it. And then look at what could you do differently. Okay, last example. Do more, do it better, do it different. Let's say you have a sales goal. You got to send way more emails than what you're sending. You got to make significantly more calls. You got to network more. You need to be posting more. You need to be marketing more. You got to go do more of all those things to go find people that are interested in whatever you offer, whatever it is that you're selling. Go do way more of it. Okay? Then you want to start getting better at it. How do you get better in that marketing about making it about them? How do you get better at describing their problem in a way that they feel like you're in their head? How do you get better at using their words? How do you send emails that people actually want to read and open? How do you make calls that aren't annoying and distracting and that people will actually pick up? You want to get better by being you as you network with them and connect with them on a genuine human level. But you got to go do way more, and then you want to start getting better at it. And then if that's not working, that's when we look at, okay, what can we do different? Maybe people just aren't interested in whatever it is you're offering. How do you change what you're offering? How do we try something different? But I'm telling you, no matter what your goal is, if you have a financial goal, you got to go do way more things to make money. You got to go do way more things to save money. You got to go do way more things to use your money to make money. And then you got to get better at all those things. And then if that's not working, you got to try something different. If you have a health goal, you got to go do way more of those things you know you need to do. You need to go and move your body way more. You need to eat things that feel good in your body and eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full. Then you got to get better at it. You got to get better at moving your body in a way that builds it and makes it stronger and better and get that nutrition and the water and the sleep and the calm and the meditation and not just the food in your body, but all the things in your body you want to get better at. And then if that's not working, you're going to go try some different things. No matter what goal you're trying to reach, I promise you, if you follow this order of operations, it's pretty much a sure thing you're going to get there. So whatever it is you're wanting to accomplish, go do more of it. Just start there. Just start by doing more. Then focus on getting better at it. And then if that's not working, look for what could you do differently to still reach that goal. All right, y'all. You're amazing. You got this. Come be my Felt Flower friend at Felt Flower Academy. You got this. We'll talk soon. If you listen to this podcast and feel heard and seen for the first time in a while, this is just the beginning. I offer a limited number of free coaching calls. On this call, we'll talk about what's going on, and you'll leave with specific ways to start feeling better today. So listen to that inner pull and let's chat. Grab some time on my calendar before I'm booked up. To schedule a call, click the link in the show notes or go to lindsaylymancoaching.com/chat and sign up. You got this.